I've been sleeping horribly, horribly. Those of you who know me too, I'm I can be very affected by stress where it manifests physically. You know what I mean? I told you when I was, that whole misunderstanding with the grab bar. And again, the misunderstanding already put a bad taste in my mouth because that shouldn't have happened, you know. But I'd forgive for that, especially if I like her. I don't like her anymore. In fact, my message to her is, I don't like you anymore. And the last thing in this world I want is to have to hear you come into the defense of or making excuses for your beloved to you right-hand man, your beloved to you employee, any more than I ever wanted to hear. Donald's mom, Hope, you know, coming to his defense, making excuses for him, you know. My message, any more than I ever wanted to hear Hope coming to the defense or making excuses for her abusive towards me bastard of a son. Oh. I can't control it, you know. Obviously, I don't want to get sick. I certainly don't want my poor mother to get sick. She missed her last cataract surgery because she got sick, gave it to me. Mine lingered on and it wound up back with her, you know. But it was too late anyway because when she was sick, her cataract surgery was like right then. And she, you know, so she didn't get it from me. I got it from her. It might have gone back and forth after, but it was, you had to cancel the cataract surgery anyway. They're not going to take the chance, you know. Even if she was just first coming down with it, you don't want to play around. She was sick. Obviously, like us all, she was hoping that she wasn't getting sick. I definitely threw up phlegm from time to time, but I do anyway, you know, so that means I'm already fighting something low grade probably all the time. I don't know. You know, in the hotel I thought I was going to get sick. But think about it, even, you have to be so vigilant, you know. You go to continental breakfast, every spoon, every one of those ladles that you're touching everyone else who's touched that. And when I was sick, it made me think about that, or when I started feeling sick, but I never actually got sick. But I started thinking, I'm still going to breakfast, I'm still going to touch these things, just like anybody else would be doing in my position, you know. You take your chances when you go to these buffet-style things with strangers, or to be blunt, I mean, even with friends and family, but, you know, you take your chances. Anyway, I don't like her anymore. Doesn't matter that she didn't do it. She didn't check her employees' work. Are we so insignificant, me and my mom? You can't be bothered to make sure the tub drain you just installed is working properly? I said that to our family plumber who's been coming here off and on for years and years. He's the one who did the whole brand new hot water heater. That was the biggest job, obviously, he ever had. That was $1,200. And the first thing out of his mouth is like, they didn't check it before they left. I'm like, apparently not. Ha ha, laugh out loud. I mean, to him it's a no-brainer. When he comes here, even to get hair out of the tub, I have to ask him about that too. He's coming here anyway to turn the hot water heater up because, like I told him, you know, brutally honest, but like, you know, my mother and I, one of our few pleasures in this life is we like hot water. We like taking long hot showers, you know. And ever since you put that factory controlled brand new hot water heater, the old one must have been up high, you know. And he told me, yeah, it had to have been up high because I could take even in the middle of winter, a 45-minute hot shower. And now, when he put it in, it was April, so it was warmer months, and I could still, with the new one, I could do 30 before it started doing cold. And then, when all this shit was happening with the isolation and all that's happening underneath, I told him it was only lasting for 20 minutes before it started turning cool. And he's like, well, he's like, well, wait and see what happens. It could be because everything with the insulation being all wet under there, it's all exposed, the pipes and whatnot. No, it's doing the same thing. It made no difference. It made no difference. I don't know what's up. I don't know if there's something to do with the insulation on the water heater. The bath that I tried to take, I couldn't even enjoy the little bit of time I could be in there before, because remember, it's slowly going down, even when it's not supposed to. When the drain is in the lever is in the up position, okay? If someone tries to make light of that, they're ignorant, because you could say, well, that's no big deal, that's easily fixed, it's adjusted or whatnot. That's what the plumber was saying. That's not the point. The whole point is, if you didn't care enough, you did thousands upon thousands of dollars work on this house, if you didn't care enough to check over your work and something as little as the tub drain to make sure it's working correctly, what faith, what confidence can my mother and I possibly have that you did the big stuff correctly? You know? Even though they sent tons of pictures to the insurance company, pictures don't tell the whole truth. Case in point, the picture they took of the new tub didn't show that the tub drain's not working and didn't show the gaps in the two sides. You know? Case in point. So, you know, I have to just hope that they did a good job, because there's no way to know. There's no way to know. Know what I put on my answering voicemail? It only fits, I would say more, it only fits very little amounts. So you gotta get, if you wanna tell people off for me, you don't wanna be bothered or whatever, you have to get creative, because you only have like seconds to speak. I'm sure I've had other phones that allow you to speak for longer, but it does have an extended absence greeting, but I don't wanna do that. I have an old one on there from when I was upset about things I couldn't talk about with you, and probably never will. Suffice to say, even now, I'm all upset and stressed out. And my mom, you know, she can't deal with any kind of stress. And it's not good for her, because she doesn't like me being upset. I don't have to be upset with her. I'm not upset. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. She doesn't want to see me in pain. She doesn't want it, you know? Any more than I want to see her in pain. Neither of us want to see Omar in pain, you know? Omar's fucking blind. I'm sitting at the end of the freaking long couch. You know our couch is big, and I'm 5'10", and you've seen me lying back on the couch in videos. Again, this couch is long. Omar's blind. He has the whole fucking couch to jump up on, and what does he do? I'm sitting there trying to write something, right? So I don't have my legs crossed. Remember, you can't cross your legs in this house, Omar. I keep telling my mom, but it's a bad habit she has, and she's just not able to remember, and I have to keep getting on her case because it's for Omar's sake. So I don't have my legs crossed, of course. But I'm writing with a pen. I'm sitting at the time. I didn't even take up as much room as I needed. I'm at the very, very edge of the couch. This much room, squished to the end, writing something. The pen's sticking up this way. It's not the pointy end, but still. And what do you think I'm going to tell you? Take a guess before I say it. You know what I'm going to say. Omar, before I can even think what's happening, goes to jump up on my lap, and he could have poked, he could have went right into that pen, poking his eye, and then we'd be calling the emergency. You know, we'd go in the emergency with him, and it happened so easily. So I don't feel guilty getting on my mom's case, you know? And And I've point blank said to her up front when she was just visiting here every weekend, you know, it's really, I don't know if you can handle it, Mom. You can't handle the stress. I have to get on your case to protect Omar, you know. There's things you can't remember. And if you can't remember not to cross your legs, don't do it ever, even when he's in the cage, even when we're out for it. Just, you got to get into a habit. Habits take time to form. And I've repeatedly proven it, because if I've forgotten and I've crossed my legs, think about it. You're up. Your legs are crossed, almost wants to jump on your lap. He doesn't know your legs are crossed. He bumps into your knee and falls backwards. Now in this instance, it's stress all the time. I'm sitting there in the little corner, huddled at the end of the couch, and what does he do? He wants my lap, and he came close to getting that pen in his eye, the opposite end, the kind that, you know, the clicky part, but still. It's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking for me. And I'm used to it. Think how it is for my mom. I know she doesn't do it on purpose. She's like, I'm sorry, I don't even, or she doesn't pay attention. She's on a lot of psych meds, and if she wakes up in the morning, she's groggy and cranky and this, that, whatever, doesn't pay attention. Omar's just, one time was just, I'm sleeping on the couch. My mom was going somewhere to an appointment or whatever, and she goes to sit down and doesn't even look, and Omar was right there just innocently sleeping, and luckily I was there to say, Mom, you're about to sit on Omar. And that often's enough for me to be worried, you know, and she gets upset, and I don't want to hurt Omar. I know you're not doing it on purpose, Mom, but I also know I have to protect my daughter. I have a right. Plus, if you ever accidentally hurt or killed Omar, I know it would kill you. You'd be fucking basket case. So inadvertently being firm and getting, you know, with her is saving her, because I've watched it happen more than once where she almost sits on him because she doesn't look and pay attention. She's like a zombie in the morning. I've been wondering and wondering. I know this question could be answered even though we can't ask the animals, but because we can use people as an example. If you used to, as a blind person, if you used to always see, right, you saw for all your life, just like Omar, and you suddenly come blind, I would think you'd still dream, not blind. But still you'd see in your dreams, because you used to not be blind, so you can go by memory. And all you'd have to do is ask a person who becomes blind, who never was blind before. I could ask, Google it, to people who are blind but used to be able to see, dream still and see, you know. But someone blind from life, I don't know if they dream and can see. I don't know. But Omar's only been blind for a little over a year or something, right? I bet you, whatever he's dreaming about just now, I bet he's seeing things in his dreams, which is a nice, you know, nice reprieve from his days of not, you know, he doesn't get to see now most of the time. I'm sure he enjoys his dreams. I haven't been enjoying my dreams lately. They've been centered around this whole contractor shit and bullshit and anxiety, galore, nightmares I've been having if I sleep at all. I certainly don't wake up refreshed. Voicemail I have on my phone. Hi, this is Laura. My voicemail is intentionally full. I don't want to be bothered. Mom, call my home phone. Anyone else wants to reach me, call my mom. Click. Bye. Didn't have time to say bye, but it doesn't matter. Just like that, just how that sounds is what I did. Because I don't want to be bothered. I'm dreading having to see her. I can't even believe any of this. Including this piece of shit. What right did they have to put these stupid little cheap little contraptions when there were runners there before? These contraptions aren't really, they're not working any better. You know what I mean? They're working as shitty as the runners. So I had planned to eventually, like I said, to pay someone to do these. My mom had promised that a long time ago anyway. It doesn't cost a hell of a lot of money. She did it in her room and put up mirrored ones. But regardless, if I wanted to ever fix them, they had no right to put that down and remove the runners and not put runners back. You know? doesn't work any better than my old renters were working with these closet doors. Obviously it's broken or whatever, but you did that. You had no right. You were supposed to put back what was there. Just can't believe it. I don't want them back in my house. Those men, I don't want them back in my house. I don't know what to do. I'll let you guys know, of course, what our family plumber says. Nothing can ever, be good. It's like, that 21-year-old evil motherfucker. They caught him 1,000 miles away at his grandmother's. But she was warned he might come there, be headed there. They were on a manhunt, and so she stayed at a hotel. But which grandmother, On his mom's side or his dad's side? It had to have been one or the other, right? They're both murdered, both of them, by him. First he kills his girlfriend, her brother, and her father. So the woman was crying on the news. She's like, both my babies gone and their daddy. And for what? Senseless. Then he went and killed his parents. And apparently the dad didn't die immediately, and with his last dying breath before he died, he told the police, he said, it was my son. He identified his son as the killer. Of course, no motive known as of yet, but is there anything that ever makes sense anyway? Whatever the motive may have been, what could it have possibly been? There is none. You allowed evil in, that's what Joe would say. Chris Watts did have a motive. He didn't want a family anymore, and he just wanted to annihilate his entire family, and he had a mistress, and he wanted to start over. This guy's just deranged, What will be the motive? Who knows? He just wanted to kill. In his case, he wanted to kill people he knew versus the one who goes into the bank and massacres the 5 people he didn't know, 5 women he didn't know, and, this motherfucker's kept it in the family. I mean, kept it, like, in the media, people that did not, not like random. Like another 21-year-old Pennsylvania State College restaurant. Puts guns down his girlfriend, but she was wounded, not killed. Randomly kills a father and son nearby who was just innocently out eating, and then goes to a house and kills the 83-year-old man there, lives there. His wife's hiding in the bathroom wondering if she's going to be next. And depending on how strong she is or whatnot, she might wish she did go, people can die of a broken heart anyway, and then turn the gun on himself. So, unfortunately, this murderer was too cowardly to turn the gun on himself. He drives 1,000 miles to his grandma's house. Like, grandma wants to see you, you just killed her son or daughter, depending on which grandma it is, your mother or your father's side, and they had warned he might come there. Authorities warned her, and she went to a hotel, so she wouldn't be there when he came, obviously. So he couldn't kill her, too. Oh. You focus too much on negatives. Yeah. Because I lived in a time where it wasn't happening so much, people. Every time, I know, I don't care. Our world is worse than it has ever fucking been, ever. I lived in a time when it wasn't. And I would never buy something like this if it were me. And again, I'm also upset that they didn't install new tracks for my closet doors. Instead, put those cheap things that stick out and have it run just, you know. I know there were tracks there before, and you could put tracks there again, justifiably, with the insurance company. And if you couldn't get the doors on, you buy new doors. That's how it goes. All right? You fix it as if I hired you to fix it. You don't finagle it with those things, ugly things, cheap things that stick out, and the door just runs on that. And again, it's not like it's running smoothly or beautifully anyway. You know? It's not running any better than the damn Sterling company who manufactures this product tells you that these gaps are acceptable and that you aren't supposed to fill them with caulk. It said that. I'm going to lose my mind if somebody doesn't help me understand how even small gaps, as in the 1/8 of an inch, can be acceptable when water can get through the smallest gap and reach the unprotected wall behind. The gap on the faucet side is, in fact, less than 3 credit cards in width, but the gap runs the entire length of the panel. How the fuck will water not go through that long, acceptable, in quotations, gap and eventually damage the real bathroom wall behind the cheap plastic piece of shit, in my honest opinion, now covering said wall? Covered with hair. All I want in the whole world this moment in time anyway for Kurt or somebody else. Let's see if the tub went down. Like this. It sure sounds like it's going down slowly, right? Oh, I did it. It's taking a long time. But I know I filled it all the way up to there before because I planned on taking a bath. Can you see my finger? This is like I filled it like halfway up, and I was doing other crap, and then I came, and it had gone down significantly enough that I was like, what the fuck? Maybe that's not anything wrong with that. Maybe all tubs do that. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I am. All I want in the whole world this moment in time is for Kurt or someone else to explain to me why these acceptable gaps supposedly do not matter in terms of water going through the gaps and damaging wall behind. I'm not even addressing the grime I know I for a fact will build up between the gaps. That I know, no matter what. My common sense tells me if I can stick things through that gap, grime and everything else is going to build up in there. No way it won't. And damaging, okay. Between the gaps and the unreachable, the clean. Read what all the strong gaps. You know, I don't like it. Concerns like mine. Explain it to me, Kurt, please. A handful of other people have expressed the similar concerns and received the same reassuring response back from Sterling. What am I missing here? I read that article and many like it. I hear all the time that 1/8 inch gaps are acceptable and that no caulking is needed. I don't get it. If this tub shower is direct to stud, there's literally nothing protecting the wall behind it from water damage. Again, I don't know if it's the straight to stud. It looks like the picture. Or it's a glued one. Sterling says to not caulk and negates concerns people, including me, have regarding these so-called acceptable gaps where each of the side panels meet the back panel. Why? Here's another answer from Sterling in response to somebody who asked if caulking is needed. The ensemble clicks together, or rather one side has a groove and the other a socket, and they snap in place. No caulk needed. Again, they click together, but gaps the width of 3 piled up credit cards are acceptable in quotations, and I can't fathom how water would not shoot through gaps and damage the bathroom wall. Update from Kurt. If the mating groove and socket are properly aligned, they should not leak. It looks to me like they might not be properly aligned. Laura, my suggestion, get a plumber or someone who knows bathrooms to come out, look at the installation, and check it for integrity. That's what I need to do. That's what I'm doing, buddy. Our family plumber, who's the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. He's so nice. Enlighten me on acceptable gap this size doesn't cause water damage the wall behind. I want to fucking scream. Oh, this is the kind of wagon. I want to fucking scream. Old friend, I'm crazy. I can't stand this shit. But it never ever does. I've cried over other things with him too. I just don't remember what they were. I
I do think you're wrong about the shower doors, though, Kurt. What? I don't know what makes you think those are wrong.
They're not. They're fine. They're cheap too. They just go with the territory of the 4-piece contraption that I would never personally buy myself.
Semi-stressful skyrocketing. Oh God. Contractor ultimately has to take about the entire piece of shit acrylic tub shower combo and steroids. Going to suck for it. It's not my fault. They were sloppy in their work. She should have carefully inspected before instructing my mother and me to return home to our supposedly beautiful new bathroom. This is a question I wrote out in question and answers for a Home Depot, and I don't know if I got any response. It's for community home. Why is this 4-piece unit falsely labeled seamless if, according to what I've read posted by Sterling Wraps, gaps the width of 3 credit cards are viewed as acceptable at the point where each of the 2 interlocking sign panels join the back panel? My common sense tells me that water spraying from the shower would definitely be able to get through that big of a gap on the back shower wall and reach the unprotected actual wall behind. And grime you obviously would not be able to get at to clean would definitely be able to gradually build up inside that bottom to top gap. Unfortunately, I was actually able to put 4 cards through panel gap on side furthest away from the faucet and slide said cards up and down the entire length of side panel. Proof that my contractor must not have been very careful in installing this thing for me. When it comes to the possibility of water damage to the walls behind the tub shower enclosure, I don't see why the 2 side panels do not perfectly align with the back panel and why any width gap, let alone a long noticeable gap the width of 3 credit cards, would be deemed acceptable.
I don't like it. I'm not used to that, seeing that.
Kurt, you are correct, Laura. There should be no gaps any place inside the shower, period. They will let water in and it will get behind the walls, cause mold, which is toxic, and worse, cause structural damage. The entire job is obviously fucked up and needs to be ripped out and redone. Call the manager of the contractor needs to come out and see the problem. He either needs to fix it or needs to hire someone who will redo the job right at no charge to you.
So depressed, so defeated,
so No, I thought there should be that type of handle or whatever on both sides, and she said they don't always are like that. Sometimes it's just on one side. I guess it's just considered a towel holder. That's not anything. It's a mistake. It's just, it'd be more expensive to have it on both sides. Remember, this crap that replaced the $800 custom-made thing we put in a few years ago here when my mom paid for something nice to be custom-made, installed, in the whole 9 yards, glass, to replace the old one that was really, really old before she was ever moving here, and it had all fallen apart. The glass hadn't smashed, but everything was, it was just all falling apart. It was coming off of tracks. I don't know, it was just gross.
The plumber was like, did they tell you that they were putting that kind of thing up? No, I don't get, my mom and I got to know nothing.
Going either
nothing ahead of time.
It had those towel holder things on both sides as well.
Nothing.
It was nice, because I like hanging my scrubby hands in the inside one, instead of having to stick them down on the where you put
like, we don't know how to get those closet doors back on or whatever.
I said we had no say in any of it.
I never imagined they took out the runners and dug them out to do the floor and then didn't put them back.
Calm down, Laura. I know this is easy for me to say, but I do care. The contractor needs to fix the shower tub, retrofit at his expense and cost to use. My guess they didn't sub it out. It's just her employees.
New ones. No, it's a cheap
I don't want even her.
This is a cheap finagle that you would do. Maybe you can't afford it if it's your own home, not when you're doing someone else's home.
I don't have a plumber out here. I want somebody who's, non-biased, somebody non-biased, somebody that's neutral, and will tell me what's going on. It was obvious they screwed up. Don't beat yourself up. They screwed up, not you, and they're obligated by contract to fix the problems they caused and did. I do understand it, but I really liked her, and she should have examined the work of her beloved to her employees before sending my mom home. Get it? Now, if the water has not gone down, then I don't know what's going on. I'm not crazy, though. I know it went down because I was going to take a bath and then...
You can hear it anyway. halfway. Trish, when we came over, and even if you can't tell instantly because she doesn't want to stand there and watch the water slowly going down, she listened and she's like, oh yeah, I can hear it.
I don't know. Does that annoy me it's slowly going down? I forget how high I filled it. That's the problem. I wanted to demonstrate this for you, but it was definitely obvious when I filled it up halfway, okay? Because I went to take a bath, and I was like, that's gone down, but maybe I'm crazy, so I tried to fill it up again, and then I waited, and then it definitely had gone down.
Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me, and I thought maybe I was wrong.
But she's supposed to be coming here to church, and she promised she'd get in this tub and look at what I'm talking about. Because I just feel like I'm crazy now. I do. I feel like I'm crazy.
I shouldn't use that word.
Like, you know, I just...
Twilight Zone, my mind's playing tricks on me.
So I'd already mentioned this to the contractor a few days ago, where you're running the tub, right?
I was wondering earlier what that ringing was. It was my
the
mom and the
tub,
church
right?
woman coming.
Yeah, I'm running the tub, and the water's coming out of the shower head, okay? Can you guys see that? Water coming out of the shower head. I'm running the tub. This is completely down to run the tub. It goes up to do the shower, down to do the tub, right? And she, you know what she said? She goes, oh, that's no big deal. That'll fix itself probably. It's probably just air doing something or other. It'll fix itself. But if it doesn't, we'll take care of it, okay? Check this out, people. Coming from the shower head. Remember, they had to do she had a personal plumber who she works with do all the new plumbing here. Water coming out down the bottom and out the shower head, okay? Now, that's annoying because, again, I like to have just water running sometimes and shave my legs while my conditioner's in my hair, and then I go under here to put my razor, and I don't want to get my hair wet when I'm trying to condition it, okay? Now, I tried to take a bath today because the church woman is telling me you shouldn't take a shower, all right? And I didn't get to clean myself the other day when I was in shock to see those gaps I told you about, all right? That I can't possibly imagine that it's like this. It's perhaps it wouldn't sell, all right?
Grab her up with that.
So anyway, I tried to fill the bathtub today. Tried to take a nice bath and shave my legs in the bath and whatnot, okay? Let's shut the shower off. Now, see this drain? It's already concerned me a little bit because it's kind of weird that it just only goes up a little bit. But anyway, this is where the water goes down, and then it goes up sideways that much. And okay, that's as much as it goes. I'm going to show you. You can't push it up anymore. I'm not doing anything wrong. It goes like that down to put the water down.
Yeah, people, of course.
And this is up. Okay.
It's just
so I tried to do a bath
two big
today.
panels that go into.
Tried to do a
like
bath.
the church woman said, they're going to have to take that whole metal shower thing off in order to push the panel closer to whatever.
And I filled it up
they're going
to
to
here,
have
and the water went
to
down.
fix the drains and whatever. You have to take that panel off to figure out what's going on.
I went and tested it.
So they installed the grab bar for nothing.
Right? And the water went slowly down. So
remember, the only reason I went over a week without taking a shower
try again.
is this church woman was like, no, you can't do that. That faucet's not on.
Church
flush against
like,
the wall and water's going to get behind there.
I told you, Joe
She told me not to take a shower, so I just didn't.
Through insurance.
I didn't.
And she's like, talk to the insurance.
She wanted everything to have sealant
around
it, and I just didn't take a shower.
Brand new.
Had I taken a shower, all this would have already come up before they came and did the grab bar and everything.
You did a lousy job the first time. All right.
But I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't seeing anybody. You know, I went to the mailbox a couple times. That was it. So.
I can almost stick my glasses.
That's about it. I just let my hair get greasy.
Oh, I can't stick my glasses thing through. Look at that. But anyway, I've never seen anything like that in my life, where there's a gap like that. Okay.
But I never imagined
it's supposed to be like that.
Why would I have thought
it doesn't make sense to me.
You're a contractor. You're a professional. I don't know how long you've worked for her. She claims her company's been around for decades. You know what I mean?
I've never, like Kurt said, it's common sense. Showers have to be sealed tightly, but then
Why would I
again,
ever
it's
think
wrap,
that my
where
drain,
people
that's
ask,
not working
1 inch,
properly?
1/8 inch
Why would I
gap
ever
is
think
perfectly
that?
acceptable when it comes to the side panel attaching to the back panel. I mean, that's not seamless. 1/8 of an inch is not minuscule. This back one looks to me is more than 1/8 of an inch anyway.
I just hadn't taken a shower or bath or anything. I hadn't done it.
I just don't know what
they
to
can
think.
well,
all right. But anyway,
that's tough shit. We came and did all this work for nothing the other day. We were here for quite a while.
Maybe this time it'll work, but it didn't.
Not my
just now,
problem.
because I wouldn't be bitching about it if it did work. Okay. So this is as up as it goes.
You should teach you a lesson.
As it goes. Can't push it anymore.
I'm glad you had to come here for nothing, and you'll have to do it all over. I'm just sickened.
It is crooked, but
No, if this was going to happen anyway, I'm glad. Glad they came here for 2 hours for nothing, and they did do the mirror, even though it's just
anyway,
I thought since she offered to do the mirror for free, just as a peace offering, because the grab our misunderstanding.
See how long it takes the water to go down.
I certainly didn't think she was going to use old wood. Not that I expect you to buy beautiful wood out of pocket. Wood doesn't cost that much, but old wood that still has little screws up in it that obviously are from the wood. They're not attached to the teeny.
You want to sit in the tub. I mean, that's I thought.
She offered to do the labor for free, and when she said it's going to be wood, obviously it's going to be wood, but I didn't know it was going to be crappy wood. I'd rather have paid for good wood and then had to do the labor for free because you wanted to and offered to as a peace offering. I never imagined it would be crappy wood that has markings and these little screws.
For the record, this is how these 4-piece contraptions are, and it's the best you can do.
What do you expect?
And it has those types of gaps that other people were asking about as well, and that's just how it is. Then I would never choose something like that, personally. I would pay to have somebody do custom-made that you know are going to be a whole lot tighter than these cookie-cutter box ones you get from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. And you can read people who do the custom-made tell you that much. Because it's not one size fits all, and they're all made in China, and you know what I mean? And even people are saying the measurements didn't match up. They also said that they arrived cracked a lot of times, and mine had a crack in that upper corner. I mean, a chip, whatever you want to call it, small, but still.
Over there, and I fell asleep watching one of the videos. I was asleep on the computer chair and glasses,
Ever. I know, whatever they say, like Chris says, I don't care what the sterling reps are saying, the experts in this. Grime and mildew and all that would build up in that acceptable gap, even if it's 1/8 of an inch. Alright?
Sleeping horribly.
And I don't know if this is a straight stud, or if it's a one that was glued. I don't know. I'm disgusted with all of this. Alright? And even if it works now, there's obviously, there's something going on, or it would, I mean, last time I checked, you can fill a bathtub.
I had my mom go in there just so I'd have a backup.
Water to stay in and not
she talks to
totally
the
go
village, that's
down.
which I'm having her do. I can't.
I mean, am I missing something here, people? Maybe I am.
And I had her reach down and I said, okay, Mom, this is the up position. I want you to feel it and try. You can't push it, don't break it, but you can't push up anymore, can it? No, but it doesn't go to the side. So we know that there's nothing more we could do. It's in the up position. And then I said, do you hear that gurgling? She's like, no. I'm like, come on, Mom, just listen.
So just fill it that much.
And then she finally was able to hear it. And then I showed her how it's supposed to be when I flipped it down. And then she's like, oh, I hear it now. Oh, yeah, because that's the down position. But it's not supposed to be going down at all in the up position mode.
It's as up as it can go, or an 812. Let's see how long it takes that small amount of water to go down with the drain up. Remember, last time I filled it higher. You know what I mean? So, let's see. I'll continue reading to you what Kurt says. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone when I read the story.
Video, it's already out here that I have to trim, like I said.
Fine.
Something private, bank card,
and they say don't talk it, don't see it. I don't understand any of this. I said 812, right? Let's see how long it takes that small amount of water to go down with the drain the water's supposed to stay there. Alright, so here we go from card.
I'm very tired.
If I'm missing something, if I falsely accuse this contractor, well, then I am hardly alone, because Kurt, even when I say devil's advocate and say I'm strong enough, this Kurt's not buying it. Right? But I believe I went online, and even plumbers were saying there's acceptable gaps for things. I don't know. I don't understand, because I never knew this 4-piece thing exists. I never knew that anybody would tolerate something where your water's going to pound into something, and eventually, even if it doesn't happen instantly, it's going to ruin the stuff behind there. I mean, all right, here we go. Gaps in a shower are not acceptable. Any plumber and installer will... I'll tell you this.